Hey Nancy Drew fans, we're back for Book 17, The Mystery of the Brass-Bound Trunk. Originally published in 1940 and revised in 1972, both versions feature Nancy, Bess, and George taking a trip on an ocean liner, but otherwise they're quite different. This time I'm going off of a 1976 reprinting that combined two books into one. In the previous book, Nancy tap dances out a request in Morse code for a new mystery. A sailor in the audience at the review where she's performing stands up and he says that he knows one about a brass-bound trunk. No effort is made to connect these two stories, and I think this is the first of several editing decisions that just turn this into a really frustrating and tedious book. Nancy, Bess, and George are boarding the Winschoten, an ocean liner that's headed from Rotterdam to New York City. Nancy sees someone on the dock spelling out in sign language, and she catches the letters "Iwer Nancy Drew." The girls then meet Nelda Detweiler, who will be their bunkmate. She says that she's traveling from South Africa to the U.S. to go to college because she was wrongly implicated in a jewelry heist. This entire book really seems to have been written assuming that the reader has short-term memory loss. Nancy sees the signed message on page 2 and meets Nelda on page 4, but in the 10 pages that follow, we get things like, Nancy decided not to divulge her suspicions until she knew Rod Havelock better, but she had not forgotten the message, "Iwer Nancy Drew." The most maddening example is in the repetition of their cabin number, 128, which is mentioned 24 times. Once Nancy figures out that she's tracking a ring of international jewelry smugglers, there's quite a lot of wandering around the ship looking for clues, with rare moments of excitement thrown in that seem pretty manufactured. Early on, the girls watch a meteor fall from the sky. Not only the 4 girls, but all the passengers who saw the object coming froze in fear. Then, for several seconds, there was near panic on board the Winschoten. Women screamed, men shouted warnings, children cried. But the first fright was over quickly. The whizzing meteor crashed into the ocean not far from the ship. Later, Nancy and Nelda are thrown overboard by 2 masked men, but luckily George sees it happen and she gets right on the phone. Within seconds, the great ocean liner slowed and finally came to a stop. It's noted that both Nancy and Nelda are fantastic swimmers and know exactly what to do in the event of a water rescue, but I still find the nighttime rescue of the 2 girls highly implausible for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that I expect it takes a heck of a lot longer than a few seconds to stop a massive ocean liner. Luckily, great outfits, making fun of Bess moments, and some fun with new characters keep this book from being a total dud. The 4 girls meet 4 college boys on the ship when one of them uses a terrible pickup line on Nancy. A red-haired boy said to Nancy, "You certainly have been avoiding us lately." Nancy laughed. "We don't even know you." "That's no reason to avoid us," the boy went on. "My name is Al, and my friends here are Bruce, Chipper, and Tubby over there." This leads to an impromptu swim meet and a few moments with Al that would certainly leave Ned feeling jealous. Bess herself gets in on the making fun of Bess action. "Fabulous," Bess remarked. "It would take a great brain to figure this out." She giggled. "Not one like mine." New friend Tubby also gets his share of similar abuse. "Hey, have some of these delicious meatballs," Tubby recommended. "Now, Tub, I thought you were staying away from all this fattening stuff," Chipper teased. In my favorite outfit moment, all the girls get dressed up for a costume party. Nancy's here wearing a South African native dress borrowed from Nelda. Next up, The Mystery of the Moss-Covered Mansion. I have to share that this week I got 2 adorable journals from an Etsy seller called Pigsy Art, link in the sidebar.